When a Canadian employer wishes to hire a foreign national, they must first engage the government of Canada so that the government can assess whether or not that is a position that should be filled by a foreign national rather than by a Canadian. One of the ways in which the government is engaged is through what's known as an offer of employment. Hi there, welcome back. My name is Donovan Francis. I'm a Canadian immigration lawyer at GOOSELAW Immigration, where we help businesses with their employees' work permit applications and save them from having to handle all of the legal hassle. In this video, I want to talk to you about the offer of employment, the OOE. The offer of employment is something that a Canadian employer must submit when that employer is in the process of hiring a non-Canadian to fill a position in Canada. Now, typically, the general rule is that if an employer wishes to hire a foreign national, that employer must first get the consent of the Canadian government. And this consent typically takes the form of what's called an LMIA, a Labor Market Impact Assessment. Now, there are certain circumstances in which an LMIA is not required. These are known as LMIA exempt options. And when an LMIA exempt option is being pursued by an employer, then the employer will typically have to submit an offer of employment. Okay? So the offer of employment is really where the employer submits to the government through an online portal. So the employer has their own account in the government's online portal, and the employer is therefore able to submit information about the specific foreign national that they are wanting to hire. And we say specific information because the offer of employment must include such information as the duties to be performed by the foreign national in Canada. It must include such things as the salary that the foreign national is going to be paid. And that salary must meet what's known as the median prevailing wage, which is the minimum amount that must be paid to somebody performing the type of duties that that particular foreign national is going to be performing, and also dependent on the geographical location in Canada where that foreign national is going to be performing those duties from. Okay, so all of that information has to be included in the offer of employment. So the duties that are going to be performed, the detailed listing of the duties, the salary that the employee is going to be paid at, the work location in Canada, because that will have an impact on the salary as well. And in certain circumstances, the employee's educational qualifications and so on. And so all of that information must be included in the offer of employment, and then the employer submits that. And once that is submitted, the government's system automatically generates what's known as an A number. All right. And of course, there's a fee associated with submitting an offer of employment. That fee is $230. It has remained the case for an extended period of time. So that fee has to be paid before the A number can be generated. But once all of that is done, an A number is generated, and that A number must be added to the work permit application form that the employee is going to be submitting. So the work permit application process is a separate process from the offer of employment process. So the offer of employment is technically done by the employer, and having done that and having received an A number, that A number is then given to the prospective employee, the foreign national, to be included in their work permit application. Okay, and so when that foreign national submits their work permit application along with that A number, the immigration officer assessing the file will be able to see all the details that the employer had submitted on behalf of the particular employee, and the officer will also be able to kind of do an assessment of how the employee's own qualifications and experience matches up with the needs of the employer. And ultimately, the Canadian immigration officer will be in a position to make a decision on whether or not to approve the application based on those the information that it would have received. Okay, So in essence, that is what the offer of employment is. And all of this happens under a program known as the International Mobility Program that the government runs. Okay, so I trust you found value from this video. As always, remember to like our videos so that others may see more videos like this. Subscribe to our channel so that you'll be notified the next time we publish a video. And check us out on go.gooselaw.com. Thanks. See you again.